Gaming Dad.
Hello, duplicant folks, I'm Gaming Dad, and today we're playing Oxygen Not Included. But, because I'm being silly, I guess I didn't record my audio, my beautiful, beautiful voice when I was playing this game, so I played for some time. I started building a base, and you can't hear me say anything. I know some of you might think that's an improvement on my videos, but I'd like to, express my thoughts about what I'm doing. So, I'm post-recording it while watching the video of me playing the game, Oxygen Not Included, and it could only get more meta if I then rebroadcasted it to Twitch or something, but I won't do that. So, we're playing Oxygen Not Included, which is a game by Klei that brought you some things like Don't Starve and Don't Starve Together and some other awesome games that I just don't remember right now. Oxygen Not Included, I'm gonna say it one more time, is a survival game. A base building survival game where you build a base inside an empty asteroid. Not so empty. And you have to deal with lack of oxygen, polluted water, bad gases and stuff like that. Lack of food, for example. The game is like a cross between Don't Starve and RimWorld, where you get a team of people to do tasks, and then you assign different levels of jobs and decide where to build things rather than moving around like in the Don't Starve. But you still have to deal with lack of food and lack of water and all that. Actually, they don't drink, so you don't need to deal with that. Anyway, you start with 3 duplicants, and you can see me now trying to find a representation of me and my coworkers, because that's a fun thing to do. And well, looks like we found me, although I'm not a bodybuilder, but oh well. And then I'm gonna find the other ones. While I do that, let's talk about the duplicants themselves. They have attributes, which means they have athletics, they have cooking, digging, learning, strength, construction, creativity, immunity, medicine, and tinkering. And I just read them for some reason. Oh, looks like we found Christina. We're gonna find a better one next time. So, with these attributes, that means they can do different jobs better. Somebody that's good at learning is gonna be really good at researching technologies. Somebody good at digging is gonna be good at, you guessed it, digging. So, looks like we found our better Christina. Besides the attributes, they have traits. Looks like I'm amphibious, which means that I can move in water just as good. Oh, look who it is. Black Marta. That's a good name for this person. Let's stick with it. And then you could name your colony, which is going to be Space Prison for me. It's a good name as well. Embark. Alert! Your crew has awoken stranded inside a distant asteroid. Oddly, they can't recall how they got there. They'll need to survive to find answers. Begin. So, this is the asteroid we got from this portal thingy. And to start with, you need to start digging your way out. Important part of the whole surviving is getting water, and I'm gonna try to dig there and set up a water pump later on in the game. If you notice, the water in the lower left corner behaves slightly weird, and keep a lookout on that. I think it's just initialized like that, and then it will just float down naturally. So the game wants me to build toilets, so that's the first task that I'm gonna do. I'm obviously talking about something here, but I don't remember what. So, to build toilets, we're gonna build toilets in this little space that has vacuum in it, which will cause us oxygen problems in a while, but for now we don't worry about that. So we start digging, prepare a space for the toilets, because once you arrive at a empty asteroid, the first thing you need to do is make yourself a toilet. Going up and down, your duplicants will use ladders, and you don't need to dig out the terrain. You can just assign work areas and building things, and the duplicants will take care of digging it out to make sure there's enough space to build whatever you're asked them to build. If you notice, the slightly yellow outline means it cannot be built there. White outline means they're about to build it. The game is played in cycles, with most of the time spent on a work cycle and a little bit of sleep cycle. And we're gonna be making episodes out of cycles, because hey, why not? So, the guys are digging, and I'm moving the mouse and desperately trying to talk about something, but I forgot what I was talking about, so we'll just watch them dig out. I don't know if they can drop from the ladder, but just in case, I'm making myself some, or I'm making them something to stand on, because I don't want them to fall into the water and get them out. When they're in the water, they're wet and they get sick. So we're almost done with the ladder and starting to get our way into the area that has no oxygen. But it's gonna be a nice place for our toilets. I tend to build 2 toilets at a time. I think you'll do fine with one, but once one is full, they need to empty it, and I like them to start using the other one while the first one is being emptied. That's why there's gonna be 2. Oh, they're called outhouses. Gives duplicants a place to relieve themselves, requires no piping, must be periodically emptied of polluted dirt. And there's one, and there's another one. Go forth and build. As you see, the people are holding their breath because the oxygen can get quite there yet. The game has really nice gas dynamics, or nice. It has gas dynamics. I don't know how close to reality they are, but oxygen rises up, and slowly fills the spaces where it wasn't there before. But it takes time. So this place was vacuum, which was unbreathable red, and oxygen is slowly starting to fill this place up. But it takes time. The bright blue is very breathable. Then you have different other levels and up to not breathable at all. And we have toilets. So now the game wants us to build a food source. It's gonna be a micro measure, and since it requires water, I'm gonna put it close to where I have a source of water. And as I like to put stuff on the same level, I'm gonna get rid of this little up area, this hill, call it hill, whatever, to put my microbe measure somewhere next to the portal. It requires power, but since I already have like 20,000 kilocalories, allowing me to live off of whatever I brought in with me for quite a while, I'm not gonna bother with power just yet. I'm gonna build the water because the water pump, it just needs it, so might as well just build it right now. And then in later days we're gonna build a power source and a battery so that we get to power our microbe mushroom, but we're not gonna be relying on it just yet. Once we get a farming going, then we're gonna deal with that. If you notice the piles of stuff all around the floor, like in my kids' room, that's because we don't have a storage container yet, and the storage compactor is a thing that keeps stuff in it. I found out you need a lot of those, and then you need to assign them to keep all of it, which I forgot to do just yet. The germs is something else that happens in the game, and you get rid of them using wash basins, which the game wants me to do, and I am doing, like a good gamer that I am. I'm doing what it told me to do, building a wash basins. You can set the wash basins that force duplicants to wash their hands in both when passing the basin in both directions. I only want them to wash when they're leaving the toilet, so I set it to right. Yes. And now they're doing some cleaning up while Christina is munching on something. Wash basins require water, so since we have a water pump, we can bring the water to it. I'm not too worried about making oxygen, producing oxygen just yet. There's algae deoxidizer, but we have these oxalite rocks that produce oxygen and release it on its own. They will run out eventually, but for now we're good on oxygen. And it looks like the first cycle is down. Everybody went to sleep, and it's a good time to end the episode. That was Gaming Dad. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.